Absolutely. All right. Welcome, everybody. Boy, do we have an exciting call tonight. Appreciate y'all tuning in for our weekly team call. And I got to tell you, Damon Baker has absolutely knocked it out of the park with this week's guest speaker. So, and I'm going to let him introduce our special guest speaker, but I do want to say a few words about him before I turn it over to Damon. This person is an incredible giver and leader in this industry. He's a trainer that works with people literally around the world. And Celeste, do you mind muting everybody? And
trying to find the mute all button here. Let me find it.
Gotcha. Obviously, you can unmute as needed. All right, excellent. Thank you. Again, just works with people, as I said, around the world. An amazing number of podcasts with top income earners from companies around the world. Everything he does is people sharing their story, sharing what it took for them to reach the level of success that they're currently at. And I got to tell you, I say this very, very humbly. I have been one of the very lucky people that's been interviewed by him, as has our chairman and founder, Logan Stout, Jennifer Moran as well. And I have it on pretty good authority that somebody else from our own team may be in the works to be interviewed as well. So that will remain a secret until Simon and that other person decide it's time to release that information. So we're going to keep that on the down low for now. But let me tell you really quickly, and this will give you amazing insight into who this person is and their heart for other people, his heart for other people. Ever since we did that interview, which again just blows me away that I was invited to do that with him, and an incredible honor. But keep in mind that this is somebody, again, that just continues to give and give and give every year without fail. Since then, on my birthday, I get a message on Facebook Message, a private message with him singing happy birthday to me. And he's never missed. And I got to tell you, and I feel horrible. I think I might have missed last year, but the year before I did it, and I called and did the exact same thing. It had to be probably the worst rendition of happy birthday in the history of the world. But it was on my heart to do that because he has done it year after year after year. And just amazing that, and I know I'm not the only one he does it for, there's no doubt. So for him to do that continually, no doubt, again, for people around the world is just incredible. So again, I'm going to turn this over to Damon. I know the story, but I can't wait till you all hear the story of what brought us to this point where we have this special guest on our weekly call. So with that, Damon Baker, I'm turning it over to you, man. It's your call.
Thanks, Ty. Definitely watching Simon over the last few years, I love trainers in this industry because I came from an industry that they didn't like to share how to build a business. Well, Simon built a 200,000 distributor business. And what I like about Simon is he's real, he's down to earth. The interviews he's done, his podcasts are a must listen to. He's got well over 712 podcasts now with top leaders. And Simon, what I love about you most is your commitment to family and commitment to being a servant. And with that, I am just going to let you go with it. And thank you for all the mentorship over the past 8 years, the content that you've produced. And I look forward to the next, 35, 40 minutes with you. And it's all yours, brother.
Hey, thank you so much. It's an honor to be here. Thank you for the trust and friendship. And I want to share two things. Number one is, Ty gives me too much credit. Yes, I've been singing happy birthday to him every year for 7 years, but I still am a terrible, terrible singer, even after 7 years. So I'm horrible. All right. Second thing I want to share with you is, actually, I'll be very transparent and vulnerable. Now I'll share something about Damon. I'll share a little bit about Damon first. So if you want to be, and Ty said it was like a miracle that Damon got me on here. I think one of the keys to success is if you want to be successful, you got to be a giver. Right. And part of like the every day on the checklist, what you should be doing, I'm going to talk about that in a little bit, is you have to go out there and make someone feel good. Give. There's different ways to give, right? One way to give is like you actually give money. For example, if I hire a plumber to hire someone to fix my house, will do a favor for me, do something for me, that person will probably get my attention, right? Has my attention. Then I can go out and network and connect with that person. Another way to give is to connect with someone, right? You can, hey, you know what? You have a lot in common with my other friend. You guys should connect together. Top leaders are always great connectors, right? So don't think, oh, if this person is not going to buy my product, join my business. Everyone who's a good networker, they're thinking long term. Be a connector. Okay, some of my best contacts was someone that connected me. And by the way, if those two people you connected or become good friends and help, guess who they'll remember? And they'll remember you. Another way to give value is to give a referral. It's kind of give a connector. You have a friend that's a plumber. You don't need any plumbing problems, but give a referral. Find someone that you can give, because when you give them business, they will remember you. Doesn't mean they'll join your company, but at least they'll probably be a customer, and they will also definitely look at your presentation. Okay, because you're giving value. You got to give first. The last way to give value is so simple now, even easier because of social media. It's just go comment and like. Go on someone's post and say, that was awesome. Give them a smiley face. Go to your feed today. Look at the people on there, or go find somebody you want to connect with them and just start commenting. That's the new way of building. That's exactly what Damon. Okay, I didn't know Damon about 2 months ago. I didn't even know who Damon was, even though he's been following me for a while. I didn't know who he was, but all of a sudden he starts showing up on my live videos. He started commenting consistently. He said, well, who's this guy, Damon Baker? I said, who's this guy, Damon? So I started becoming curious about him, and then we connected. It's a simple way of how, now if you look at, there's a saying, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. You want to build a network, right? Damon just all of a sudden, 3-4 months ago, I didn't know who the heck he was. Now I know who he is. But simply by going to my social media, commenting, liking, engaging, saying like, that's awesome, that's very inspiring. And then from there, he started messaging me. Now, he didn't message me immediately, because otherwise went to the other box, I would have ignored him. But he started commenting. And the reality is, when we do a social media post, we all love attention, right? We get a notification, oh, look, someone commented, someone liked my post. We all like that. He did that. I was like, who's this guy, Damon? And stuff. Oh, all right, okay. But a lot of times, it's like one-time thing, whatever. But he started commenting consecutive every day. I was like, okay, who's this guy who keeps showing up? I never even heard of him before. I'm always interested in new followers. And now, next thing you know, we're on the Sunday call, right? By the way, that's success. You want to talk about networking long to be successful in business? That's basically the training in a nutshell. I don't have to speak anymore. We're done. I'm just kidding, okay? But that really is. If you're thinking long-term, giving value, all the leaders now in your company, whether it's Logan Stout, Jennifer Miranda, or Ty, or Damon, they all start with nothing. But you have to say, maybe they didn't have network marketing experience, but before they joined, they always been networking, giving value. Okay, you always get paid for the value you provide to the marketplace. Value is not necessarily money, but it's how you make people feel. And Damon made me feel important. So, and that's one of the secrets of singing happy birthday. You make someone feel important. If you ever want to take a lesson, and I talk about this in my book, sing happy birthday to every one of your friends every day. The first year, people think you're weird, like a weirdo. But after year 2, year 3, it would totally change your life. Okay. People, you're giving deposits to that relationship. Okay. Third thing I want to share before I'm going totally off tangent, off the cuff here. But third thing I want to share with you is, I was excited to be on this call, and I'm human. You ever feel like, wow, those people like Ty, they're so different. They're like superhuman and disciplined. At the end of the day, all successful people, leaders, they're human like you. And I was like, oh my goodness, I gotta do a call at 5 o'clock on Sunday. It was like, and it was difficult to get me on this time because I'm in the Pacific Coast. I'm in Los Angeles. And finally, we chose the day. And today, yes, this morning, I said, oh, I got to do a call at 5 o'clock. It's just so, 8 o'clock, I don't mind right after dinner, but 5 o'clock. So, here's the truth. I'll be very honest. I was excited to do this, but when I'm about to hop on, I wasn't the most excited. I was like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I did this. But here's the thing. I'm sharing this not because I'm not happy to be here. If you ever don't feel like doing something, I'm the same way. I'm like a lazy bum. All I want to do, if you give me a choice, all I ever want to do is I would just sleep, read books, eat, sleep, play sports, read books, and sleep. That's what I would do in my life, and play my kids. I wouldn't want to do anything else. But successful people, and I'm sure Ty is the same way. Maybe he's a little bit better than me, but basically practically the same way. But they show up regardless. I want you to write this down. Successful people do things that unsuccessful people don't. So all the things you don't like to do, like prospecting, follow up. I used to think, well, successful people like Ty, they're very different. They're different. They're very driven, successful, and they're motivated to do these things. They like to do presentations. And my mentor said, no, they don't. They're just bummed, lazy like you. They don't want to do it, but they do it anyway. That's the difference. Successful people do it anyway. They don't like to do it. They may hate doing it. They maybe hate doing it more than you do, but they show up anyway. Show up every day. Show up consistently. We have over 700 different podcasts. Okay, definitely check out Ty's, which is episode 175. Logan Stout, episode 47. And none of these leaders were ever late. They schedule something, they show up. Okay, show up. So anyway, let me get back to what I was really going to talk about. That was just a little tangent I shared. My purpose is to have a positive impact as many lives as possible. That's my purpose. I believe everyone can earn a good part-time income in network marketing. And my mission is to help 1,000 people get there. I always ask, what's the number one skill you need to be successful? The number one skill. And some people say it is a presentation. Some people say it's networking, social skills. I'll tell you the number one skill, I've asked this on the show over 700 episodes, is consistency. Consistency. Consistency is not something you're born with. It is a skill. And I'm going to share some slides here. Let me know. You can nod your heads when you see it. The number one skill, right? Consistency. Because why? I'll give you a couple of reasons why. Number one is without consistency, you're never going to be successful. You're never going to be successful. No strategy is going to work. Nothing will ever work if you're not consistent. Okay, another reason why is people are watching you. People are watching you. So if you're not consistent, guess what they're going to think? Your business must not be going. The business must not be good. Think about it. If you went to a restaurant, if I went to visit you and you say, Simon, I'll take you to this restaurant, and that restaurant is closed on Sunday, and then closed on Monday, open on Tuesday, but closed on Wednesday, Thursday, but open on Friday, what would you think of that restaurant? Probably not doing that well, right? Any type of business that's not open all the time, maybe they have weekend hours, but it's not open consistently, people automatically think that business is struggling, right? What do people think of your business? Another reason why consistency is so important is because prospecting is about timing. And I want to talk a little bit about this a little bit more in a second, but I want to share this with you. How many of you ever felt that, wow, if I was earning what Ty was earning, or earning what Damon was earning, it'll be so much easier to recruit people and get them to do the business. I mean, get customers, but it'll be so much easier to get them to be a distributor. I used to think this way. How many of you think this way? Right? And I'll share this with you. That's the wrong way to think. And the only reason you're thinking that way is because we have been brainwashed by school and by jobs. See, in school, you cannot go to high school until you finish elementary school, right? You can't go to college without at least getting a high school degree. In a job, you can't all of a sudden become a vice president without getting at least an entry-level job. But in business, it's different. It doesn't work that way. In business, like Mark Zuckerberg, he never finished school, but you got people who way more money than him experience to invest in this company, right? Elon Musk never had any experience in space, but started a space company, got people to invest. Because when you're an entrepreneur, you're selling a vision, and your commitment to that vision. You're not selling results. You don't need results to get people to join. Every leader in your company never had any results before they got to join. Logan Style didn't have any results, but he sold a vision and got people like Ty and Damon to buy in, right? Another great leader, Jim Dowd, is on here as well. Get Jim Dowd to come in. Your founders of your company, they had no results, but they saw the vision. And it's been an awesome vision, and they've been right about the vision. But when you first started, no one ever had results. So start thinking about you need results. But this is how you get people to join you, even if you never had success. All right, number one, the people buy the 3 C's. They buy your change. How have you changed? How have you changed? Obviously, you got a product that makes you feel better, healthier, stronger. That's a change. Everyone, you should be posting on social media. Let people know about change, right? And by the way, I'm talking about social media. Some of you may not like social media, but you need to embrace it because that is the way things are done in 2022. Okay, everyone's on there. And even if no one's on there, the people you want to grow, that will grow your business fast, are on there. Change. Now, I'm not talking about being a commercial, but you can simply talk about the product. I love and you don't even need to mention your company nor the name of the product. Just say, I love this product. It's made me feel so much healthier. I'm so much energetic. I love taking it every day. Just post it on there. You may not get a comment. You may not get a like, but people are watching you. People also buy a change in attitude. Maybe you're negative and now you're positive. That was me. I used to be very negative, very skeptical. It's just the way I was raised by my late grandparents. But all of a sudden, I started being positive. How many of you have been positive and some of your friends think you're weird? Right? I used to, like, why are you so positive? Right? Hey, if they think you're positive and you're weird, that actually is a compliment. If people think you're weird and positive, those are not the people that are going to grow your business. But if people are successful, you want to attract the next Jim Dowd or the next Ty, next Damon into your business, you need to be positive. That's how you attract good people. Now, I know some people will say, well, positivity doesn't guarantee success. So that's true. Positivity does not guarantee success, but negativity guarantees failure. So change. How have you changed? Now, another change is changing habits. Changing habits. All right. I commend every one of you Sunday night on the training. Sunday night, you could be watching TV, be relaxing, but you're a student. You are serious about your business. Let everyone know about it. Every one of you, take a screenshot, share it on social media. You don't even need to mention my name. You can say, hey, I'm so grateful for our leaders in our business for this amazing training we had tonight. I learned so much, and I'm excited for 2022. And people are like, what are you so excited about? It increases curiosity. Do that. Now, people buy your commitment. You used to watch TV. Now you're committed to your business. You're on Sunday night, you're on this call. People buy your consistency. If you're not consistent, they probably think you're out of business. If you're not consistent, they probably think you're not making much money. If you're not consistent, they think, well, the business can't be that good, because if it was good, you'd be doing it every day, right? So you want people to join, you got to be consistent. Because if you're not consistent, well, it can't be that good. Also, here's another secret. Are most people in the world consistent? When they start New Year's goals or exercise, are they consistent? They're not. So just the fact, if you stay consistent, they'll immediately, even if you never made any money, just the fact you're consistent, that'll get people thinking, well, that must work. You know, I have friends that used to never respected what I did. They would ask me, I'll be like a year late into the business and still say, Simon, you still doing that thing? They didn't call it business. They called it that thing. You still doing that thing? And I'll say, yeah, absolutely. Wait, am I dumb? He's like, oh, you're not dumb. Well, if it wasn't working, why would I still be doing it? Of course I'm doing it. By the way, I wasn't even earning that much money when I said that. But just the fact I kept on doing it, they said, wow, if it didn't work, you would have quit already. But because you didn't quit, it must be working. That's how I stand up a lot of my friends. I just never, every day I'll just show up all the time. See, it's also important because prospecting is about timing, catching the people at the right time. I'll give you an example, right? Say, and by the way, every day is a good day to prospect. I'll give you an example. Say, Ty reaches out to a prospect on a Friday. And Friday is the summer right now. You got 1 more month of summer left, almost to August. On this Friday morning, he sends a message. Are you interested to take a look at something? And the prospect's like, oh, he's thinking about going to the shore, having fun with a weekend with the family. He's not interested. But then the prospect gets an email from the boss at Friday afternoon. Say, hey, you know what? Before you leave, make sure you finish that project. Oh, now he's like, I can't believe this. I wish I was my own boss. Now the person's a good prospect, right? But he finishes the project, and if you reach out to them on a weekend on Saturday, they have a good time. The message is read. They're not replying back. It's a bad prospect. But all of a sudden on Sunday night, right now, they're having a great weekend. Like, oh, I can't believe I got to go back to work tomorrow. I wish I could work at home. Now they're a great prospect. You see, prospecting is about timing. In fact, all your best prospects are the ones in transition. There's a time, every one of you have never done ideal life. Never. But it came in at the right time for you in your life. Right? What do you mean by transition? Could be people in between jobs. Transition could be someone who was about to get married, now needs money for a wedding. Or transition could be someone having a baby, now need money for money for diapers. Raising kids are expensive. Transition could be mother on maternity leave. Now it's got to go back to work, doesn't want to leave the baby. Right? Transition could be someone, a 30-year life crisis, or kid about to graduate from school looking for a job, or someone who's 40, 50-year life crisis, 60-year life crisis, or maybe a health challenge. Transition. Those are your best prospects. Let me ask you this right now, 2022. I'm in Los Angeles. Wherever you're at, how's the economy? Up, good, middle, or down? Give me a thumb. Everyone's, you know what? I asked that question. Doesn't matter where you are in the US, or you're in England, or you're in Italy, or you're in Australia, or China, Philippines, they all say bad. You know what? And that's what's so exciting, because network marketing thrives when the economy is bad. Why? Because when the economy is good, people are not motivated by, here's the thing, people are more motivated by the fear of loss than the desire of gain. Give an example. We all know someone like this. Someone needs to get healthier. The doctor says you need to lose 30 pounds to get healthier. You need to lose 30 pounds to get healthier. And what does that person do? To get healthier, person doesn't do anything. But all of a sudden, the doctor says, hey, if you don't lose 30 pounds, you have a 90% chance of getting a heart attack. All of a sudden, the person loses the weight, right? Or you're going to become diabetic. We all know someone like that. Because the fear of loss. When the economy is good, they want to build a business. Everyone wants extra income, but they're comfortable. They have a good job. You got the retirement. They got the nice vacation. But when the economy is bad, they're worried about. All of a sudden, they're motivated. In the ML Nation podcast, over 70 top leaders, sharp people like Ty, Damon, 75% of the people on the show all got started during the last financial crisis, 2008, 2009. Why? Because during this time, these are entrepreneurs, small business owners who will lose a ton of money, or investors who the stock market, the 401ks totally lost 70% of the value. Real estate markets crashed. So what are they going to do to get the money back? Get a job? They'll never make the money back with a job. You know how they get the money back? They finally look at something they didn't want to look at. They look into network marketing. Because network marketing is the only vehicle for a couple $100 you can make 6-7 figures. It's the steal of the century. Something they don't want to do, they're actually open to doing now. And right now we're in a special time. Let me ask you this question, a little kind of change in topic. This is definitely not healthy. But if I wanted to order cheap and quick, cheap pizza delivered to me, who would you call? And not good pizza, cheap and quick, cheap and quickly delivered to you. Who would you call? Type in the chat. I'm interested. Who would you call? cheap and quick pizza delivered to you. You do that, I'm gonna turn on the fan here. Come on. So who would you call? Right? Lucy the Domino's. You know, I asked this question. It's the same question I asked to everyone I trained for different companies, different worldwide. It doesn't matter if it's China or London or Florida or California. There's three answers. Number one answer is Domino's, or number two is Pizza Hut, and then number three is Little Caesars. That's what people say. You know what, by the way, that's called marketing. Because why do we say that? Because you see order commercials, flyers all the time, and you never buy. But at one time you're hungry, like we want a cheap, quick pizza delivered, you're thinking of Domino's. That is marketing. So I'm going to ask you this right now. Right now, your prospect may not be interested. 1 month from now, they need to be a little bit healthier, or they need to make extra money. What will they think of you? Networking is not who you know, it's who will think of you when they need what you have. Will they think of you? And if they don't, you're not doing a good job marketing your business. People need to be thinking about you. Now, I know I preached a lot about consistency so far, but I'll just share with you, I definitely was not born consistent. You know, when I was in college, I don't want to say this too loud because my boy's on the other room, but the only thing I was consistent with was playing John Madden football to 4 a.m. in the morning, playing video games, and cutting class the next day. Okay, I was definitely not consistent. In fact, the earliest I could get up was a 2 p.m. class. And the reason I got up for the 2 p.m. class was because my parents signed me up for a dining hall, and I could get a lunch, I got a sandwich and a couple of fruits and oranges, put in my backpack and go to class. I was definitely not consistent. And when I got started in network marketing, that was the old Simon, not consistent. And I struggled for months. Now, Damien doesn't even know this, but I know we're not supposed to show checks with FTC or whatever, but I'm going to show you some checks you've never seen before. It'll blow your mind. You ready? Okay, I hope I don't get in trouble for this, but this is a couple of weeks in the business. I got a big fat donut. That's my check. And then a couple of weeks later, I got a goose egg. And a couple of weeks later, plain vanilla donut, a bagel. A couple of weeks later, a pancake. And a couple of weeks later, I can't even think of any other food objects, but a zero. Okay, by the way, these are not the same screenshots. Another couple of weeks later, zero. The problem was I was not consistent. I was doing the business. I'll be on a call like this and motivating, fired up. And Sunday, I'm like, oh, I hate my job. I'm going to go and prospect. And on Monday, I'll prospect. But on Tuesday, I was busy with work. I didn't. And then Wednesday, I wasn't doing anything. On Thursday, I got on the team presentation. I'll be like fired up and do a little bit. Friday, Saturday, the weekend, nothing. And Sunday, I'll get angry again. I'll be fired up, do something. That doesn't work. You know, my turning point, Damon talked about my business, how it grew. My turning point was someone helped me become consistent. Because we all need credibility. If my mentor, we all need accountability. If my mentor didn't hold me accountable, I would not be where I am today. Now, I'm a shy, quiet Asian kid, grew up in Brooklyn, New York. And I didn't know many people when I moved to Los Angeles, so I started building online as early as 2004. That's when I started doing it. You know those big monitors? I don't even know if Ty was born when these things were around, but like there was like, I started using AOL instant messaging, they mail these CDs in there, and I'll open an account. I'll go to ICQ forums and meet people, and through chat groups, forums, and then using MSN Messenger, and I'll start using AIM, and then another AOL account. I was terrible. But here's the good news. Consistency creates mastery. I got a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better each day. Eventually built a team of over 200,000 people. I was the number one fastest growing distributor in my company. And then, you know, in network marketing, you need duplication, right? You need duplication. So my wife and I, it was just two of us. We said we needed to duplicate. So two of us became five of us. That's duplication. And you know, my oldest son looks exactly like me. It's very good duplication. And my youngest one looks exactly like my wife. Duplication. The white fluffy one, he's like the weird downline. No one can figure it out. Right? So that's our family. And I remember few years ago, my wife, this is not a very happy picture here, but maybe happy for the kids, but not for me. My wife was making breakfast and I'm going crazy. I'm looking to get the two kids to ready for school. My youngest one in my arms, and I took a selfie. And I think I have toothpaste in my neck, and my oldest son, I don't know, has booger or some stuff like crap on his hair. But here's the good news. You don't need much time to build a successful business in ID Life, but you do need to be productive and working smart. It's not about working a lot. It's about working smart. Now, my boys are a little bit older. They're 11, 8.5, and 6.5. My oldest, my doggy is Obi. He's my first son. He's like 14. I'll warn you, right now it's like 5:30 here in LA. And they can come in anytime, barge in, and make noise. Okay, they're either going to be fighting. If it's quiet, it's mischief. Or they're fighting. So if they do come in, or my dog is barking because he's hungry, please forgive me. But anyway, that's a little bit of my life. And then in 2013, I had like a change in purpose. I realized my company was just a really tiny piece of a huge $1 billion industry. I wanted to make an even bigger impact. So I shifted my focus. I've been a full-time trainer since 2013. So that's my background. I want to share this with you. I know we talk about consistency, but it's not easy, right? It's hard to stay consistent and focused. And here's the number one reason why goals fail. Why do goals fail? Because every goal, if you set a goal, including myself, I fail goals. Every goal needs a consistency system to support it. You need a consistency system to support it. Okay. So if you achieve the goal, like Ty, Damon, Jim, they've achieved their goals, whether they're consciously aware or not aware of it, they have applied all 7 components of this consistency system. You need all 7 components. So you want to build something consistently, you need 7 components. So consistent, even saying happy birthday, all 7 of these components apply that. Okay, so number 1 is you have a checklist. What are the things you need to do every day? And make it non-negotiable. You guys talk about, I think you have trainings on that. You know what you need to do. If you're going for a rank advancement, then be clear. What do you need to do to hit that rank advancement? What do you need to do to get to the next rank? Be clear on that. What's the checklist of things you need to do? Component number 2 is you got to create and schedule the time. Okay, and create a routine. If it's not in the calendar, it's not going to happen. You have to go and block it off in the calendar. You don't need hours, but you do need like 10, 15 minutes and blocked off time. The reason why it's not going to happen if you don't block it off, by the way, you're never going to have time to build your ID Life business. Never. Because there's a rule called Parkinson's Law, which states that everything will flow into a vacuum. Right? So what does it mean by that? You ever when you move to your new home, you got a nice closet and you want to keep it nice and clean. But after a couple of weeks, magically, all types of crap just goes into that closet. That's Parkinson's Law. Or I want to do this. You have a chore. I got to clean the garage. I got to clean the attic. I got to do this over the weekend. I'm free in the weekend, but you don't plan it out. And all of a sudden, the whole weekend comes and you ran out of time. It's the same. If you don't strategically and proactively block off time, you are never going to have time for your business. I guarantee that. It's just not going to happen. So you got to block it off. Okay. How many of you exercise consistently? Right? Some of you exercise, some of you don't. If you exercise consistently, you're applying all 7 components. For example, you have a checklist. If you exercise consistently, you have a checklist of what to do. It's not like, oh, you wake up, oh, what am I going to do for exercise today? What am I going to do? You're not thinking about it. You have a checklist of what you do. Maybe it's weights, maybe it's cardio, maybe it's a walk, maybe it's bike, maybe it's spin class, yoga, Pilates, whatever it is, you have a checklist, right? You also create and schedule the time. If you exercise consistently, you have a routine. You ask people, do you work out? And say, oh yeah, when? Whenever I have time. That person does not exercise consistently because you're never going to have time. You got to create and schedule the time. Okay, so create that routine. In fact, talking about consistency, every one of you are consistent already in some parts of your life. In at least one part of your life, I guarantee every one of you took a bath or shower in the last 24 hours. No matter how busy you were, you took a bath or shower, right? And you have a routine for that. You have a checklist. Well, your checklist is like you need a towel, you need shampoo, you have a soap, right? Some of you may brush your teeth while you shower. That's part of the, whatever it is, there's a checklist. And there is a routine, there's a routine. You create and schedule a time. Some of you do in the morning, some of you do in the evening. Some of you do both. Whatever it is, there's a routine. Component number three is a strategy. Strategy. You got to determine the strategy. So you have a checklist of things to do. How are you going to do it? Are you going to go in to your community and go to gyms and talk to people about your products? Are you going to go to a booth? Are you going to do social media and just engage with people in different Facebook groups? Are you going to use TikTok, dance videos and connect, or do instructional things on TikTok, Instagram? There's a strategy. Determine your strategy. Hey, by the way, when you work, for those who exercise consistently, you have a strategy, right? Maybe one day's weights, one day's cardio. Or maybe you warm up with cardio and then do weights. There's always some strategy. Component number 4, choose your environment. Environment, you can't be in a negative environment. I think you all know that. But here's another thing about environment. Like I have a beautiful office here, but I can't do any creative work here. But when I go for a walk in the neighborhood, all of a sudden I'm creative. Another thing about environment is, a lot of people don't know this, is if I played a certain song, music is a big part. Choose a song that inspires you. If I played a certain song, it'll bring you immediately back to your high school days. You know the song that gives you goosebumps? You know what I'm talking about? So before, when I started the call, I talked about how I was a Sunday, I was tired. I was like, oh, I can't believe I'm doing this call for Damon. And I was nervous. I'm like, how many people are going to get on? Ty's going to be looking at me as well, too. Jim may be looking, say, if Simon's chanting any good, because he's never heard me speak before live. I have fear. And I share with you, if you're nervous, I'm nervous. I've estimated over 10,000 speaking engagements, whether it's in my 20 years, 10,000, whether it is doing a Facebook Live video, speaking on stage, doing business presentations or Zooms 10,000 times, or speaking for coaching youth sports 10,000 times. I still get nervous before I speak. But here's the thing: if you're shy and quiet, introvert, I'll give you some comfort. You can never get over. If you're waiting to overcome that fear, that's never going to happen. But what you do is you learn to act in spite of fear. Not get rid of the fear, act in spite of fear. So before this song, right before this, I was about to speak, right before we start, this is what I did. I played the song. And hey, what's going on, David? What's up, Ty? I'm fired up. See, that brings the energy. That's my song. That's my song that gets me going. Before I speak on the stage, that's my walk-up song. That is called NLP. I don't want to go into details how it works, but it's like anchoring. Like it's the song that gives you goosebumps, right? Choose a song that fires you up. And here's the tip: choose the same song all the time. Same song. And by the way, I don't play that song for anything else. But every time I play the song, it's right before I speak, I'm like, condition, all right, Simon, let's go. And there are days, there's days when you don't feel like doing your business. And like I said, that's natural. I was like that too. I'm like, oh, I got to do this. I play that song that instantly gets me into action mode, right? Choose that song. Next component is, and by the way, when I work out, lift weights, I choose the same song. And I only play that song. It's a different song. That song's on playlist, on repeat. It plays it 30 times, back and forth, all the time. But it immediately gets me into working out. Number 5 is tracking. You got to track your progress, right? Checklist. You got to be tracking. How many people did you talk to? How many presentations have you done? If you don't track, how do you know how well you're doing your checklist? There's a saying: what doesn't get measured doesn't get improved. By the late Peter Drucker, he's a business guru. You got to track. Number 6 is use your toolbox tools. I'll share 2 tools with you. These are free. Number 1, I talked about already, is your calendar, right? It's not in the calendar, it's not happening. Make your checklist, treat your business like a job, and your calendar, your boss. Wherever the calendar says, that's what you do. If the calendar says, I got to work my business right now, I got to send out 5 follow-ups, it doesn't matter what else happens, go send out that 5 follow-ups. Treat your business like a job. You have to show up and make your calendar your boss. I'll share another tool. Use a timer. Okay, timer. Even why the timer? Because we tend to procrastinate. Have you ever felt like you have to check a couple messages or emails. So I just want to check a couple. And then all of a sudden, 30 minutes have gone by. You're still checking. We're checking social media, looking to look at posts that take all this time. Because we tend to procrastinate. We need urgency. We need pressure. The timer, how it works is like if I'm checking messages, I set a timer for 5 minutes. I can check out all the messages. Afterwards, I gotta stop. Now, and maybe 1 or 2 hours later, I can go back to it. But I got 5 minutes, and that's it, and I gotta move on. You have to create urgency. Otherwise, you can spend all day working on the wrong things in your business. Well, how does this work? Because you understand, like sometimes we want to come home, and we just want to sit there on the sofa and watch some TV, relax. That's natural. That's our DNA. It goes back to our caveman days. Now, I can't speak for cavewomen, but I speak for a caveman. Okay, caveman was like a lazy bum. Or he wanted to sleep on the hammock all day. The only time he'll wake up is number one, he got hungry. He'll get up and start looking for food. Number two will be the tiger came and he'll be scared and he'll be running away. And number three, someone came to steal his woman. He'll get up and he'll fight. But that's the only time the caveman will wake up. He's a lazy bum. Right? And you can look at this in modern days, it applies to all of us. Remember in school you had to write term papers? When did you write your term papers? When did you write your papers, essays? Last minute, right? I remember I wrote my last minute and I was so terrible. I'll actually write, some of you probably write it the night before. It was like me, I'll write the morning of. That's the only time I woke up early. I had to write the paper, right? And I'm like, I was hating life. I'm like, this stinks. This is so terrible. I'll never do this again. I remember the next paper. I was like, 1 month, when I got the assignment, I immediately went to the library. I sat there for 1 hour. I wrote like one sentence in 1 hour. Well, it's no urgency. But the night before, the morning of, in 2 hours, I could write the whole paper. We need urgency. We operate best in urgency. When's the most productive day at a job? The most productive day at a job is the day before you leave for vacation. You gotta get everything done. You get it done. And when do you finally clean that house? That house is always messy. You don't have time to clean. You know what? You clean it the night before the guest arrives. All of a sudden, you can get it done very quickly, right? Urgency. You see this in football too, especially college football. Some of you sports fans, people don't score. All of a sudden, the fourth quarter, the game's almost over. Like the score would be 10-7, then they score 4 touchdowns in 5 minutes because there's urgency. We need urgency. Use that timer. Last component is accountability. We all need accountability, right? We all need accountability. The fact that is we are lazy. We're all human. Find someone to hold you accountable. It doesn't need to be doesn't need to be an upline. It could be a cross line. I think that person wants to be my accountability. That person's looking for accountability right now. Anyway, I'm just kidding. That was a bad joke. But we all need accountability. There's 2 ways to get accountability, right? If I want Damon to be my accountability, number one, the frequency is more important than how long you talk. So if I talk to Damon for 1 hour today, do you think I want to talk to him tomorrow? No, there's nothing to talk about. You want to keep these calls really quick. 5 minutes. Hey, what did you do? What have you done? Right? Share with him your goals, your checklist, and let's see what he's done. Frequency is more important. It doesn't even need to be a call. It could be a text message. Second thing is everyone's busy. If I want Damon to be my accountability partner, I know he's busy. Other things to do. So make sure you be a person of value. Take something you learn and share with the person. Take something that you learn to inspire the person. It could be a good book, something you learned, or something you've done, a strategy that worked. Get them excited. Be a person of value. Goes back to this first thing I talked about. Be a person of value. The more you give, the more you contribute. The person will want to be accountability partner. Full transparency, I've had accountability partners for over 8 years. Well, one of my best friends is the owner of a company. We have accountability. We all need accountability. So these are the 7 components. For any goal you want to set in your business, you need to have a checklist. You need to create and schedule the time. You need to determine the strategy, choose your environment. You need to track. You need to use tools, and you need to get accountability. I'll have time for to take 1 or 2 questions, but before I do that, I'll share something real quick, 51-second video for you.
Have you ever been excited to grow your business, but got distracted? Life gets in the way. You're worried about what others will think of you. You're overwhelmed and don't know where to start, or you simply don't have time. But what if you conquered your fears? What if you stayed focused? What if you get more done in less time? You'll be consistent and finally get results. I want to be your guide. I want to help you stay consistent so that you can finally achieve the success you deserve. I want to give you the consistency pill.
So I'm happy to announce my book just recently came out on June 6th. There's a lot of stuff I taught today is basically coming from the book. You can get a hardcover version for $20. There's a paperback for $13. There's a digital version you can actually read on your phone or on a tablet for $10. There's an audiobook version. It is also on Audible as well. Audiobook version is $25. And there's a companion workbook that summarizes each chapter and has questions for you to take immediate action steps on. Okay, it's $25. So here's something when Damon asked me this, I want to do something special. I just love the fact that it's Sunday night. Not that many teams I know do stuff on Sunday night, but you are so committed in your business. Very impressed with that. I have a special bonus for you. And some of you, if you're on my email list, you know this bonus is way expired, okay? Anyone who gets a book before tomorrow, you will get, number one, if you're on a tight budget, the digital version is only 99 cents. 99 cents, less than $1. Also, you get the book, you get the audiobook, the $25 audiobook for free. You also get the companion workbook, a digital copy of this $25 workbook for free. Okay, but this, you got to take action right now. It expires tomorrow, okay, at midnight. The special link is actually, Celeste, you post that link. That is for the normal one. Most people do not get these freebies. They do not get, especially the audiobook. It's been very popular. They don't get that. You have to get that. You have to go to this special link, consistencypill.com/special. Okay, and that expires tomorrow. So that's just like my little bonus for you. I appreciate you all for being here. A common question I get is, if you get the 99 cents digital version, do you still get the $50 of bonuses, the audiobook and the workbook? And the answer is yes. And this is my way to give back to the profession. I used to be very shy, quiet. You know that, right? But also low self-esteem. I couldn't get a girlfriend. I thought I was ugly. I speak weird. I speak fast. But network marketing really changed the way my mindset and changed who I am and got me to live a life I never thought would be possible. So this is one of the ways I'm giving back to the community. So go get the book. Even if you're on a tight budget, go get the digital version just for 99 cents. All right, and that's the link right there, consistencypill.com/special. All right, I'm sorry if I went a little bit longer, Damon, but I'm going to give it back to you. If anyone has any questions, I guess I have time before, we have like 5 minutes before I have to hop off. Time for 1 or 2 questions for anyone. And we're going to talk if you want.
You are awesome. Thank you so much for your valuable time on a Sunday. So yeah, if anybody has anything quick, we're going to let him get back to his family. So just unmute yourself real quick and fire away, guys. Do we have any questions? I can't see anybody else, so I don't know.
Yes, I got a question. Can you hear me?
Oh, there's Jimmy.
Hey, Jim.
Hey, Simon, thank you very much. You were awesome. Damon, thanks for setting this up, Celeste. But Simon, great job tonight. So this is, I have a question for you.
Yep.
Recruiting. Give us your pitch on recruiting. If you're in ID life, how are you recruiting somebody?
Okay, I'm going to ask a little bit more detail. Is this someone that I know already or co-market?
No, okay, let's start with, this is warm market, because everyone starts with their warm market. So this is a newbie getting in and you go into your warm market.
Okay, so the first thing I would do is, if I just have a list of warm market, 100 warm market, right?
Yeah.
There's warm market and very, very warm market. So very, very warm market is someone that I've seen in the last month, 30 days, right? So these are people probably in my youth travel baseball teams. I connect with them. I use what I call a magic script. basically, hey, I'm working on something exciting. It may or may not be for you, but would you be open to taking a look? So if I connected with you, see you all the time, hey, I'm working on something exciting. It may or may not be for you. Would you be open to taking a look? If they say yes, then I use the tool, like a video, and they watch the video, they're interested, I immediately set up a three-way call. Okay, because I do not want to be the expert. Okay, or three-way text messages first. I do not want to present. The more I don't want to be seen like, oh, Simon, I do not want the prospect to think that you got to be an expert and know everything, to be successful. I want to be I'm the dummy, but I can make money because we have an awesome team and awesome tools. There's a great product and tool. So I'm leveraging off the teams and the company tools. So that's what I would do. If it's someone like I'm in constant contact with. Now, if it's someone like I say I went to school with, or my old neighbors in my old neighborhood, I haven't talked to them in a while, I'll make sure I get them on social media first. Okay, now every day I'm providing content on social media. So teaching, it could be something like today. You take something on today about consistency, right? Everyone can be consistent in something, whether it's exercising or business or relationships. You take something you learn and you post. You probably all took notes today. Share something every day on social media. You have to be posting every day and giving value, right? Giving value, teaching, give. You always get paid for the value you contribute. I talked about at the beginning. So I'm giving value, teaching. So if it's a warm market I haven't talked to in a while, all of a sudden I go to his social media and start commenting like exactly what Damon did to me, right? So I didn't even know who the heck Damon was, what type of leader he was, but he started commenting. So when he started commenting on my post, like, wow, this guy Damon commented. He said, wow. He said, great. He said something like motivational, very motivating, very true. What's the first thing I would do? I clicked on his profile. And when I clicked on his profile, I could immediately tell Damon was a leader, right? So these warm markets, maybe someone haven't talked to you 1, 2, 5 years, I'll start engaging. Oh, that's a beautiful family picture. That's awesome. Well, happy birthday to your son. Who's Simon's commenting? They'll click my profile, and when they click on my profile, they'll see all the content teaching I have. That immediately elevates my authority. So, wow, Simon's pretty successful. He's contributing, he's teaching. And by the way, none of you need to make any money to do this. You can just take what you learn from your teams, take what you learn from Jim, take what you learn from Ty and Damon, take all the stuff you learn from your company, and just start teaching that. And when you teach a lot, people are like, wow, giving value, this person's successful. And then afterwards, so I'll make a contact. Today is like July 24th. I commented on Jim, and maybe 1 month from now, okay, I'm going to comment on him every day, 7 days, and 7 days later, maybe I'm going to reach out to him. Hey, Jim, we haven't connected in a while. Hey, and I'm going to invite him using the same approach. But that would make a lot easier because that person knows that I'm successful already.
Thank you.
And that's an example. For example, like when I started the training was like how I agreed to be on this call, right? Because a lot of people ask me to be on a call. But I'm like, am I going to just talk to one person, 2 people? Like some people, I have a great team. I have a team of 4 people, 3 people. Like that's not worth my time. But when Damon connected me, I clicked on his profile. I could immediately tell he was a leader. So all right, I'm going to spend more time getting to know who Damon is. Because Damon's profile, he's putting a value there. He's putting stuff that inspires, educates, and entertains. So anyway, that's a long answer, Jim, but that's what I'm doing.
Thank you.
Awesome. So packed full of information, Simon. Thank you so much. I'm gonna go ahead and end it here because you have given so much tonight. And we did record it. If you have not copied your chat, go ahead and do that. By going to your chat down on the bottom, you can copy your chat there. Simon, I will continue, of course, to follow you and share you because I really appreciate what you do and what you bring to the industry. And I can't thank you enough for, again, taking your time. But there you go. Have questions. You can follow Simon W. Chan or Simon W. Chan on Instagram. Check out the books, the training, and guys, sharpen your swords. This is it. I mean, Simon said it, the economy is prime. People are looking, people want what we have. So.
Okay, I just want to add one last thing. Yeah, one last words is like I say, you have questions. I know we ran out of time. You always message me on Facebook, Simon W. Chan, or Instagram. I personally actually reply back to every messages. It may take me a little longer, but I'll reply back to every one. And also the last thing is, we're an awesome profession. We're the profession to help others. So don't forget to go out there and have spread the message and have a positive impact on someone's life. Thank you again for having me. God bless. Have a great night.
All right. Good night, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Simon. Thank you, everybody. Awesome call.
Awesome, guys. So let's see if I can tell the recording.